What's up? We're here. This is like not an actual podcast. This is more like a Q&A podcast.
Yeah, we had did you say hour and 40-minute podcast?
Yeah, probably once it's done, it'll probably be close, about an hour and a half, hour and 35, I'd say, after I edit it. But yeah, it was a doozy.
It's a good podcast. You need to listen. There's going to be two really good podcasts on Racing Dudes this week. One is already out, and that's Magic Mike, the Magic Mike show. Slim was on. So Mike Somich has done a hell of a job filling in for Magic, right?
And I feel like Brandon's done a great job of filling in for Magic as well from the editing standpoint. So what do we really need Magic for is my question.
Well, we can talk about that if you want to.
He's not listening, so we're good.
No, he's not. He's not. So, it's nice to have guys that can step up, you know. But anyway, my point was, Slim is going to talk about the pace of the Kentucky Derby on the Magic Mike show, which is great. And that's out right now if you want to listen to that. And then tomorrow morning for John's show.
Mm-hmm.
So John White was on our show for the fourth straight year. If you have listened the last 3 years to those podcasts, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You got to listen. But if you haven't, listen to this one because it's fantastic. John probably did the best job he's ever done, and he does a good every year. But this one was fantastic. So 2 really good podcasts to listen to. That's great for me. I've got a 7-hour drive tomorrow. So I've got, John's an hour and 40 minutes. I think Slim's is an hour. So there's half the trip right there almost,
Yeah, and you just can't listen. You cannot bet until you listen to John and get his analysis. It's like because we talk about all kinds of horses in the race. Horses that he thinks has a chance, that don't. Prices of the horses that are going to be high prices.
Right.
It's kind of gives you a full range of what to expect.
Yeah, he's really high on a horse. I'm not going to give it out, but he's really high on a horse that I knew it was his pick, but I didn't know just how high he was. And boy, he really explains it on the podcast. So that is, I'm not just saying it. It's a really, really good one. And I really think, a guy with, the up and coming John White is Saratoga Slim. So, and as far as the Kentucky Derby pace, there's not a better person on the planet to listen to.
You cannot bet until you read the pace.
And it's absolutely hilarious, the naysayers that come out. I mean, there's not very many. It's 99% positive. But the 2 or 3 know-it-alls that always come out on social media.
Yeah.
Oh, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's like, okay. Yeah.
It's like this dude.
You've got it figured out.
It's so easy to project the pace.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah. So there's that. But anyway, so what are we doing here? What is this? Just a little Q&A?
Dude, really? Yeah, I get an Andrew Luck. I mean, the beard is an Andrew Luck look. Oh, come on.
No, that's his playoff beard. That's his hockey playoff.
That's right. I feel like Andrew Luck's beard looks.
He looks like a werewolf.
It's like homeless. Like it's all down his neck and stuff. It's like, good Lord, dude.
It's a werewolf.
That's yeah. I mean, mine's this is well maintained.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's just let some people. I just tweeted it out, so let's let some people get on here. Of course, we got our DGen friend Austin and B Money now. So go Sharks!
Go Sharks! Yes, that's right. What did they play tomorrow night? B Money Blues tonight, and then the Sharks in Colorado. I think it's tomorrow night. So that'll be a very good series.
I was talking to B Money and you last night about it, but it's like I didn't realize what took place, because I just saw the box score and I saw a few highlights, but I didn't see like the how it really went down.
Yeah.
And I mean, for anyone in the game as a fan, that had to be the most insane thing. Because it just was. Because they scored, made it 3-0, and it just is over. Golden Knights were gonna. There's no way they're gonna blow a 3-0 lead.
I went to bed.
Yeah, yeah, that guy.
I love playoff hockey, especially when the Blues are playing, but I watch almost every playoff hockey game that I possibly can. And I was tired for some reason that night, and it was like 17 minutes, and they made it 3-0, and I just thought, this game's over. I'm going to bed. And, man, I wake up, and Brandon's texted us 4 or 5 times, and I'm like, no, surely not about the Sharks. And I look on ESPN, I'm like, oh, my God, I missed that. 5-4 in overtime. Are you kidding? I was so mad.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it goes.
So you made sure to stay up last night for that game.
I did stay up last night. Yeah, I was getting tired, but I said, no, not again. And that was a hell of a game. Carolina and Washington battled it out. And I just love playoffs. Let's hope the Blues can get one tonight. I didn't use, my best future thing I saw today. No, I didn't use that.
Yeah.
Not in game one. I'll pull it out if I have to, though.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you guys, have questions, hit us up. And we will, again, the podcast has already been recorded, so this is simply just going to be, I'm wondering where our boy Dusty is. It Dusty?
I think his name? Dennis is his
Dennis.
name.
No,
Dennis,
it's not.
Dennis Trusty or Trusty.
See, well, that's why I saw Dusty because it sounds like
you combined the two.
Yeah, because he's
there he is.
He's the one. There you go. Hey, what's up?
Hey,
I was like, we can't start without this guy.
This is the only reason we're doing it. Is for this guy. If you just got on here, we had an hour and 40-minute show with John White that'll be on the podcast.
Let's be clear about one thing. It was an hour and 40 minutes that you'll hear.
Yes. Yeah.
It was
3 hours?
over double what we heard. So So it's been a day.
John is excited about this derby. There's no question about it. So anyways,
all right.
Let's go Clippers.
Dennis is here. We can start.
The Go Clippers comment. That's a weird series.
Dude, it is.
That's such a weird series.
It's like that's a series that they should have got swept.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They are just they're not that good, but
it feels like it's going to be like the first ever 6-game sweep. You know what I'm saying? It's like never not one time, even when they lost and they blew that lead, are the Warriors in trouble.
I know, but they just the war there's, and they probably will win it all. And it's like you think this, but they just get way too sidetracked in these games. It's way too emotional.
Yeah.
So just take care of business.
I don't know if they're bored or what.
I love Patrick Beverly though. I hate him when I'm playing against him. But when you're like rooting against, I like to see the Clippers upset him. He just irritates the hell out of everyone.
Yep.
Yeah, Durant. I mean, Durant can go to hell. I don't care about Durant.
We're Thunder fans, so it does basketball. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I haven't seen good basketball in a long time. 3 years. Right.
Even then, I mean, they still don't. they still can't. How many good players that we had on the team over the years that we just cannot.
We can't get over the.
Can't even barely get to the finals.
No.
And when we do, we just have our best player jump ship.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, hey.
Right. Yeah.
Let's get out.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to business here. You guys come to church, you'll DM me, and we guys are coming in.
Slide into his DMs.
You're a pro at that. So
that's right. Never with males though, so that'll be different. Yeah, we'll be there.
He'll be there.
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
The whole team will be there pretty much, other than me, because I have a wedding to go to. And yeah, Austin, I have my priorities in line. My wife does not. So
well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Baseball slide. Don't just slide. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, what's you guys got derby questions? We just got off to, we just got done talking. We won't give it away what we talked about, but
no.
Thoughts, comments. Next week we will have 2 podcasts. I think the tentative plans are Wednesday we will have one live together that we will be talking Oaks. Of course, we'll know the fields by then. And then on Thursday, the team, Halterman, Slim, and Magic will all be in Louisville. I'll be at home. I'll be back home with the home base, and so we'll probably do a live podcast of some sort then, talking about the Derby, like a round table. A round table. The British Cup round table was really good. So a round table plus me on the outside. So that'll be good. We'll be talking Derby, of course, and any of those crazy good undercard. Yeah, undercard races on the Derby are not people aren't talking about it obviously because it's a Derby, but they're really good.
Yeah,
it's
kind of turned into you run on the Derby undercard, you run on the Belmont undercard, and then you disperse for the summer to the various locations: Del Mar, Saratoga, Arlington, if you're Turf Force for the million. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Breeders' Cup like cards.
Yeah. All right. So this is the worst Derby you have seen in a long time?
No.
Haha. Yes or no?
No.
I don't think so. I think it was shaping up to be that way.
It was.
But we've talked a lot about this off air. It's like it seems like over the last month, it's really started to like level off a little bit. Like the the creams rise to the top a little bit, and I don't think we've seen. That's the thing. I don't think we've seen the best out of any of them. That even like your Omaha Beaches and your game winners, and I don't think we've seen the best of them. So I think the summer could be, and not just that. You have horses that aren't even in the Derby. Your Intrepid Hearts and that are still developing.
Yeah.
That missed the Derby. Another Twist of Fate. Those horses that missed the Instagram. Like there's a lot of depth. I think that some of these horses could really have a big summer.
So I think it's in the middle. I don't think it's one of the better ones, but I definitely don't think it's the worst.
It's all about how heavy my pants are at the end of the day. Yeah, well, yours are probably pretty light usually, Austin. I don't know. What's funny, and you got to take this. You gotta like let it all play out, because last year at this time we were going on about how good, and we talked about this with John off air, like how good one of the best Derby fields of all time
fell apart.
And what has happened since is no one really did anything other than like Good Magic, and we kind of we compared like him to like American Pharaoh's year, and I think there was a handful of horses that were as good as Good Magic that year, and so that's just kind of the way it is. You don't really know the full picture until the whole year plays out, Yeah.
No, absolutely. I think I have high hopes for like the summer with this crop. I think there's a lot of horses that are really going to develop. And I think it's a late blooming crop. But no, I mean, I think the Always Dreaming year was worse than this. I think the Orb year was worse than this. So there's just a couple. I shouldn't say I hated, but I didn't really like the Nyquist year either. Maybe this is right on line with the Nyquist year, kind of sandwich in the middle.
Yeah, I think this. I really felt like it was going to be a terrible. I think you have to be careful too. I think you can make a lot of money on the supers and the tries this year, because I think underneath you could just take a name out of a hat pretty much. But as far as like your exacta and your especially your win, you got to be careful. Like I was like thinking like some crazy horse can win. I think it's a select few. Just because I don't know if all, like we've talked about last week, I just don't know if all these horses that are at the top can not improve or not run what they've been running, plus have someone jump that big to beat them.
I feel like you're going to get a pretty short price for the Derby is anything but single digits, right? I think that's going to be a single digit horse on top. And then I haven't decided whether it's going to be second or third, but in either second or third, you're going to get a crazy one. And then the other one that's not the crazy one for second and third is going to be a shorter price. And then you're going to get a bomb and fourth. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
I think it's going to go. I have a feeling like a dumb horse is going to finish second. Like Omaha Beach, something dumb, game winner, something dumb.
That looks like me, how I always try to pick the Derby. You always make fun of me because I'll put like Sonneteer second.
I made fun of you for putting Looking at Lee second in our trifecta the year we made $4,000 too. So because what happened was we wheeled so many different combinations underneath. I knew we had the top spot, but then we got second, and I thought, I know we have Looking at Lee. I don't think we got even second. I knew we had Battle Midway.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, Looking at Lee's in second. So it's not a bad strategy, because look at some of the second places finishers in recent history in the Kentucky Derby. There's been some dumb ones.
Is it the worst decision ever to drop Roadster? Well, yeah, looking back, of course it is. Making that decision
Pretty bad.
Now, I don't mean at the time. I mean, what was I supposed to do? I dropped him for Roadster. I mean, for Country House, which at least made the Derby starting gate, so it wasn't like a total waste of claim. Still, I mean,
he might outrun him.
Huh?
He might outrun him.
You never know, I guess. Well, it's funny. I was on the podcast. We talked about this a little bit. It was like I had Roadster, obviously, and I very seriously was going to claim Omaha Beach had that if I was in a better position. I looked at him for a couple of weeks, talked to a bunch of people out of Santa Anita, some of my connections and whatnot. I was going to pull the trigger. I couldn't put myself in a further hole considering the horse. Yeah. What he could have run once and not done anything. And then of course they claimed him and looked. So I almost could have had the two top horses, but here I am. Shoulda, woulda. It's a long,
Right.
You know, you win the thing last year with the Triple Crown winner, and this year you got spin off in Country House in the Derby. So it is what it is. Let's see. Definitely see this in Heikel 1, 2. Yeah. I think crazy one is Heikel. He's 1.5. Hi Cal. I heard from a very legitimate source that he would need rockets out of his ass to get him out in quarter. So
right. Yeah.
The Coma tax exacta is. I mean, that's not a shocking one. I mean, that's
Vekoma and tax exacta.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really shocking one.
If I think that one of those two could hit the board or finish. Okay, maybe if they hit the exacta, that would be shocking. One of those two finish 1 or 2.
I'd be shocked.
The Coma could win.
I would be shocked if Vekoma wins.
Even though he's got the awesome leg action.
I just don't. I mean, Vekoma might for second. I wouldn't be shocked, but tax, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, Ryan made a comment like with Nyquist year that had Arrogate, Gunrunner, and Accelerate that year. Just late blooming.
Right, but when they went into the Kentucky Derby, it wasn't that high. I'm talking about just the Kentucky Derby.
But that point
but late blooming.
The whole crop itself.
I get the late blooming thing. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Arrogate, right?
Arrogate. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Arrogate was on Arrogate, Gunrunner, and Accelerate.
Yeah.
So you're talking some 3 high caliber horses.
We're not going to get those type of horses out of this crop, but they still are going to develop late, I think. Warriors Charge, he could be the next Arrogate.
I heard Warriors Charge is going to run in the Preakness.
Somebody told me that at Oaklawn.
I just heard it at Oaklawn. I don't know.
Some guy was screaming it.
Yeah. If some crazy dude.
He's not nominated.
No, not happening. They don't have any interest in it, by the way. Like, you got your connections are not good. Let's see what you guys got.
They have interest. Trust me, he'll be there.
Yeah,
late nomination.
I don't think that you have tax listed on your can't win 5. So that's if you finish exacta, that's gonna make you nervous. Vekoma, John had some things to say about Vekoma, so tune into that one. Are you shaving the beard before the Derby? No. Why would I?
He's not shaving it ever again.
I'm
get used to it.
I'll shave it when how about this? I'll shave it if the Blues win a Stanley Cup or the Chiefs win a Super Bowl. So forever.
Get used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Get used to it.
I like it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's a little scary looking.
Who wants mustache ride? Question is, who is sitting on the bubble you want to in the Derby to bet?
What was the question?
Who's on the bubble that want to get in to bet? No, I know your answer. Bodie.
Well, Bodie Express underneath. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but not to win. No, nobody. But Bodie Express, I would play him underneath. Yeah, I like him better than Tax.
Aaron can grow a beard. So
what was the question?
If Aaron grew a beard, what would it look like?
Oh, look like a 16-year-old.
Patches,
right. Right. It wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be good at all.
This is what I shaved last week, and this is what it looks like. So
what, you shaved it off?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I did.
It took like 2 days though.
It was Florida Derby is when I shaved last. So we were on the trip, and I didn't bring my razor, and I never shaved since. So.
I grew a goatee once, and it didn't really look like a goatee, so I shaved it off.
Oh man. Off Derby topic, who goes number 1? If it was me, I would take Nick Bosa.
Well, Kyler Murray's going to go number 1. Right? It's like a foregone conclusion, right?
But
is it not?
Austin on here in our text earlier made a good comment. Like Arizona hasn't been shopping any like their Rosen. So what do they they plan on keeping them then? And if that's the case, they're not taking. So are they going to deal? I'm with you. Josh Rosen, whatever. But I would rather have. Are you going to become a fan?
Yeah,
of whoever it is.
Yeah, they'll be. I'm a Cardinals will be my NFC team. Yeah, but not as much as the Browns though. Browns are still going to be number 1.
Yeah. Well, you got to.
Right.
Jared Aaron says this John White podcast may be the best ever. Do you agree? Well, sure. It was good.
Dumb question. Next.
It was this because this is last year we had Justify and we went into the podcast. We knew who we all wanted. we knew it was going to be. We all very strong opinions on Justify, and it kind of a foregone conclusion. This is a little bit like, the year that we had him on with Thundersnow. Whenever you're reaching a little bit, John. Like you could tell, like he was really trying to find something
because it was a shitty crop.
Yeah,
and he didn't want to pick always dreaming.
Exactly, which he was right.
Yeah,
but this year he kind of went into it not knowing how which way he would go. And I thought that what he had to say was like, oh wow, okay,
so he's locked in.
Yeah, he's locked in. He's locked in and ready to roll.
He made me feel good about the Derby. He usually does, other than the Thundersnow year when he went on about that.
But to his credit,
exactly.
This is a back-to-back Dubai World Cup.
That's right. So it wasn't that dumb.
And we had that horse. You talk about that $4,000 try. We had I think I had 3 tickets, and one of them was Always Dreaming and Thundersnow on top, because we Slim loved Always Dreaming.
Yeah.
We knew John loved Thundersnow by the guys that we respect the most,
right?
Their opinions and whatnot. So we're gonna put them in keyed on top. So you look back, you think if Thundersnow would have somehow won that race, and if would have finished looking at Lee and Battle Midway, I mean that would have been
here.
We would be
retired.
Yeah, but on an island.
Yeah. Oh
gosh.
So that would
have been
it was already the biggest 50-cent try in a long time, and then oh my gosh, that would have been insane.
Shit, what? I mean, Always Dreaming was the favorite, and Thundersnow had to been
16-1. I think
close to 20. I was going to say
16-1. I'm almost 100% sure. John said
so. You're talking what? 50,000
maybe
try.
Yeah, because that'd be 16-1 over box. I mean, like 40s and 30s and 40s. Yeah, would have been nice. Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Of course, then
but he ran one step out of the gate and decided to be a moron.
Mm-hmm.
So, there you go. I was going to say something. Oh, you know who we need to have on the show?
Who?
An up-and-coming trainer that we met at Oaklawn, Jesse Cruz.
Oh yeah,
we need to have him on the show.
Like lived there.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? What's he doing?
We need to have him. I don't know.
Jesse, are you on here? No, Jesse's not on here.
Just a random thought. I think he was on Omaha Beach for the Derby, right? Or Game Winner. Or Haley. I can't remember.
He was on Haley. That's all I know.
Yeah, he was on Haley. Yeah.
You guys got anything? Come on. What's going on here?
Yeah. Jeez.
We're doing this for free.
Yeah.
We got things to do.
Came on here for you, Dennis.
Yeah, come on, Dennis. You're asking nothing.
Dennis probably didn't even watch it.
Drawing blanks. Yeah, that's the story of Halterman's life. What else you got?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. Let's see. So, I'll try to, how do I spoil this? Let's just say that John even talks a little bit about, you might think this is crazy, but it's not completely crazy to think that we could have a shot at another Triple Crown.
Yeah, he and that was surprising. I thought he would be on the 3 different winners camp, but he was kind of
he's not saying there's a horse that wins the Triple Crown.
No.
But it's he didn't dismiss it as much as you would think.
Nope.
So you want to hear about that?
He didn't.
I can't think of anything. I just need to sign off. Yeah. Dennis, you sound like the guy last night. That guy that was on when we called in to talk to Brittany.
Oh my gosh!
You could tell, and I felt bad too because they cut him off completely. I could hear him just fine.
Right. Yeah.
But Patrick's
Patrick cut him out. Yeah.
He was at the top of his story too. Getting ready to go into it.
So what he's referring to is Brittany Ayrton was on with Patrick on the Wrap last night on Sirius Mad Dog. I think channel 82. So go back and listen to they archived the Wrap. If you have the Sirius app, go back and listen to it. Brittany Ayrton was on, and it was really good. She was on for an hour and a half. It was live in studio. Variety of topics, right? They talked about dating life, and they talked about all kinds of things. It was good.
82. Mad Dog Sports Radio. I think that we're going to be on there next week.
Right.
So, you get Brittany one week, and you get us the next.
Like I said, you said that on the podcast. I'm like, that'll be a major drop in class for the Wrap.
It's a grade 1 to maiden claim.
Yes. Yeah. And not a high maiden claimer either. 7.5.
That's like the had a kid type claim.
No. And he's not 7. 15.
But Which I thought that's cool. It said, did they have that added, or did it just say that automatically? First career win for owner Aaron Halterman.
They had that. The Von Hemels added.
That's
that.
awesome.
Mm-hmm. They're very cool people. Yeah. Yeah. Show the fans.
Oh yeah.
Show
Here.
the fans.
Let's see if I can move this here.
There it is.
See the add a kid. Oh, there we go. Add a kid. Halterman's very first win as an owner.
Yep.
Add a kid ran in the. What year was that Derby he ran in?
Yeah. Yes. Come on.
That was last year at Prairie Meadows.
Yeah. Look him up.
Well, this Derby guy, yeah. Well, it will be the shit, Ryan. It's to be honest, all joking aside, this is the best. This will be the best guide we've ever done.
What is this? The Derby guide?
Yeah. If you got our Breeders' Cup wagering guide, it's gonna be like that, only better.
I think it will be better
because you've basically got the same kind of analysis you have for all the races, like we did the Breeders' Cup, but you also have coverage from Jonathan Kitchen. No introduction for him needed. Saratoga Slam, saying no introduction needed.
No.
Capsules for every horse, everything you need to know about. I mean, it's like you could pull this up and say, what do I need to know about this horse? It's right there. 10 times better than any past performance that will give you.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Samich will have your, multi-race race, the coverage and that kind of thing.
Everybody's best is on the guide. Like Slim's the best at pace. Well, that's what he's covering. Samich is the best at the multis. Well, that's what he's covering. I don't know what I'm the best at, but you got to put me on there somewhere. So I'm on there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why I'm not doing much on the
right. Yeah.
No, we'll have the consensus for all of the handicappers on there. So
hey, Magic's been the best at the consensus the last 2 times. So he'll be back from.
But he's a pro at not betting his picks, so he'll put them on there, and then he'll play
right.
Cadillac Cruiser.
He's a pro for leaving right now too. So there's that.
Let's see. Well, what horse can't win the Derby? Well, there's a good article on racingdudes.com.
Who asked that?
Dennis,
you commented on it.
Did he?
Yeah, on Twitter. You read that. There's 5 horses that I wrote about that cannot win the Kentucky Derby. It's always an article that pisses people off because it never fails. Somebody's really hardcore on them. Last year was Lone Sailor, and I got called an idiot and no chance of being bright at all by a guy. And Lone Sailor's, won one race since then.
Oh, really questionfully. Okay, what horse can't win? If he wins the Derby, you must shave.
Dennis. See,
that's read. I didn't. I mean, that's the easy one because I don't want to shave.
That's his fault, not yours, Dennis. I take back.
How about Master Fencer? Because that's easy. I'll give you one that could be like
Roadster.
Yeah, just because he'll continue to find ways to to screw me over.
I love it. Yep, I love it.
Or if he wins, I have to shade everything but this. So it's just like the dirty stash.
What does this guy say?
Guy on the right looks like he choked his own. Okay, YouTube moderator.
Is there any funky stuff with the horses?
Yeah. Okay.
You seem like 2 creeps. Wow.
Thanks for commenting.
Wow. No, don't block him. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. No, do we do any funky stuff with the horses? No. He asked a question.
Yeah, no, not usually.
What does that mean? PEDL, pedo. Oh man,
I don't really know how do you block someone.
I don't really know. It takes a man though to call 2 guys sitting here talking about horse racing pedophiles, but there you go. Just block.
Oh, here
it says. Oh, there you go. How about report? Because that's kind of mean. And why does it say YouTube moderator?
Yeah, because it's just like a name that someone can get to make it look like they're legit.
But I see. So he's such a coward he can't even put his real name on there?
Right.
Well, that's kind of weird.
So let's see. Anyways, so back to the subject at hand. What? Okay.
All right.
Getting some interesting gubbins.
What was his name? Gubbins?
Oh gosh. You guys make it's like you make anything just
not fun.
Not fun. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like who gets like what? What's the point? Like I don't understand the point of it. I guess
Of calling somebody a pedophile when they're trying to talk about the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
Well, you're just a dumbass. That's kind of the point of it. You have a sad life. Anyway.
Okay, Gubbins. Golly, dude.
My TVG just froze.
Oh no.
This is going bad. This has gone off the rails.
Gubbins has came in.
You guys have any children? Okay. It's not creepy.
Dude. Yeah, so somehow this feed has gotten like
well, glad we came on today. We were debating not, but we did.
Yeah,
I blame Dennis for this.
Dennis, what'd you do, Dennis? You came on here to talk Kentucky Derby, Kentucky Oaks. You may want to talk about the Kentucky Oaks, Ryan. You want to talk about the Oaks? Oh, there was one thing back to somewhat normal that we asked John. Basically, how I want to say this. Basically, if there's a lock, which race would there be a lock in that you would want to bet, the Derby or the Oaks? And the answer may surprise you. So I was really surprised by what he said.
That was a really good question. That was the best question of the whole show. And it's towards the last, so you got to listen to all of it. Sorry. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, the Oaks, I think, is, I mean, obviously, Delfina will be the biggest favorite of the day, or the 2 days, probably. One of the two, I guess. Depending on who's in these undercard races. But she will be tough. But if you want to play against her, you're going to get plenty of prices.
Right. Oh, for sure. We did talk about the odds of the Kentucky Oaks, and the second choice will be 5-1, and then maybe there'll be one more that's 8-1, and then the rest will be double digits. So you're going to have your chances. I like Street Band. I may pick Street Band on top.
I mean, no, I don't think. You know how I feel. I really like Delfina Magic's not here to criticize me, but a mile and 8th, I'm not for sure is going to be at her best. I don't take anything away from her poor effort at the Breeders' Cup because, like John said, she was in season, and you're always in season. So
I am in season.
You understand that?
Yes. Yeah.
The distraction that can be there.
Right.
So I don't take anything away from her not liking the track and whatnot. Which one thing also has to be, we talked a little bit about this as well. Like when you talk about the track, Improbable looks so good running there. Of course, Game Winner did too at the Breeders' Cup, but Improbable in that undercard looked really impressive that day. And that can't go unnoticed when you're talking about these, the importance of having a race under the belt at that track.
Right. Improbable is the one horse I can't figure him out. I really can't. I mean, I think he's got a ton of talent, but you just don't see Baffert, put blinkers on, take them off, put them on, take them off. I mean, it's just kind of strange, everything about him. And then I really thought he would run a huge dud in the Arkansas Derby after he was acting up. Like, I liked him going in the race, but after he was acting up and acting crazy, well, he's blew his load too early, right? But there he is. He runs a great race, but Kentucky Derby, I'm just not sure he can win it. But I think he's got a lot of talent, but I don't know what to do with him in that race.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how Baffert feels. Like this horse has a ton of talent. He just doesn't clearly, because he's like trying all these different things, trying to get so much different, things out of him.
Yeah,
that he just hadn't figured it out. So
yeah,
and that kind of goes. That's all, all part of it. This time of the year, you've got to have a horse that not only is talented enough, but you have to have a horse that's mature enough and is peaking at the right time. I think Improbable has plenty of talent. I just don't know it's there yet, or it may never be. Maybe not. This could be one of those years. Remember what Abel was like? She was a big price that year.
Abel Tasman, because Paradise Woods was a huge favorite going into that race. Her and I can't remember the other horse were just flying out front. It was the two favorites.
It was
the one from New York.
Can't
think of the name off the top of my head, but they blazed, and then Abel Tasman just mowed them down. That was really I think she was like 8-1 though, or something that day.
So this could just be one of those years where, like Flor de Lamar, where she's kind of a off the radar type horse for Bob Baffert. You like go out there and just like mow them down, and
it's supposed to be getting better and better. So we'll see. I can't get behind her, but if Baffert's running her, it's a good sign.
Of course, last year with that was a weird deal though with Raya. It was that was just kind of, he obviously just had to throw her in there, because they wanted her to. But no shot. Any other questions? We kind of gotten thrown off since the old odd comments.
Anything else? If not, we're leaving.
Yeah, we're getting off here before someone else.
And we may never come back. That could have been the last one we do.
Well done.
Fun while it lasted. Listen to the podcast, I guess.
Well done.
Yeah.
These are different when you're not doing the podcast. Like, you're not staying on task. You're just kind of sitting around,
I like them a little better, actually.
Yeah.
Because I don't like doing the two things at once.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to, like, just, like, really watch the questions and see them come in.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we interact better.
Until they start asking about your kids, and then it gets awkward. Hey, you got the Blues shirt on. Blues play tonight.
Yes.
What's your prediction for the series?
I think it's going to go 7 games. I think we're going to go 7 games, and I'll take the Stars.
That's so you.
I don't have any confidence in the Blues ever, but it's going to be a good series. I think 2 of the hottest teams in the league playing against each other. So see what happens. I'm excited. I know that.
It'll be I definitely am not. You watch them like I watch Chiefs, so I know it's hard. I'm a fan of the Blues, but I'm not going to lose a lot of sleep over them losing. And I know you will. So, but I love playoff hockey. I'll watch. It's very unlike me to watch, like, even the NBA. Like, I will watch some games, if I don't have a rooted interest. Baseball here and there, and when it comes to playoffs. But when it comes to hockey, I'm watching every series. Yeah. If I can watch the game, I'm watching it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, 8:30 tonight. That'll be good for you.
Exactly.
Your kids will be in bed or close to being.
Cohen will be. I'll be in the end stages of him going to sleep, so I'll be definitely going to watch second and third periods, so that'll be important.
Yep.
So. Yep. Caps fan. Oh, that's. That was rough last night.
But you got it. You got yours last year at least, so that's good. That would be really tough to take if you didn't.
The thing that I heard about that game last night was that it was such a good game and so many opportunities, and it's like such a fluke goal that lost it.
The Caps, I thought they had the game really not wrapped up, but I thought they were in complete control. And even when they got tied there. That when the Carolina tied it, I thought, well, they're still going to win. Man, the overtime, they just got smoked. Like, Carolina dominated those overtimes. It was surprising to me. But the Capitals, they kind of looked tired towards the end.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
So, who's losing the fantasy league?
Who's going to finish last? With the 2-person race in the fantasy league for last between Dan and Magic Mike. And Magic Mike was a lock until Dan claimed By My Standards. So now it's anybody's guess now, right?
The thing
one
is,
of those two.
You've got By My Standards. The thing with Dan is he has By My Standards, which I'm not really on the hype wagon there, but he's also has win-win-win. Mm-hmm. So he's got 2 in. Magic Mike literally has Pluku, and they don't have anything like in the radar at all either. It's that or nothing, after even. So they got to get points from him in that race. And then I know you don't like to put me. I continue to put myself as a risk to get last.
It's just not a good. If Pluku and By My Standards win, then or run 1-2, then you're in trouble. But we're all in trouble.
My ace in the hole has to be the fact that I've got Trevor Hart in going to run a point race next, and then hopefully be a top contender in the Belmont. Yeah. So if that happens, I feel really good about it. So I still feel like he's one of the better horses. He's definitely the best horse I think on my team. Sadly,
bringing a raincoat to the Derby. No, I plan on ruining another suit.
He just has like a suit that's like he just peeled off the last one. And he's got another one underneath it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
You should have brought that out at retirement. Like
that suit,
the stained.
Oh, I do have it hanging up in the closet, but I didn't. No, I'm gonna do Do you plan on this? Yeah, I get soaked like last year. That's my thought. Yeah.
Well, so Dennis, what I did when we were at Oakland, I was watching because I knew the fan. You know, we were against fans because I needed to stay ahead of them, and they had Owendell and Sueno in the Lexington, and I told Halterman, like, I'm gonna go bet like 10 across or something on Sueno because that's what I did 10 on win place
on Sueno.
20 to win, 10 to place on Sueno. So I was like, he's going to that's the horse that's going to screw me. And then it's like, who won? Oh, Owendell, the other horse they have. Didn't even play him.
Should have done 20 to win on both.
I know exactly. Thank you. I thought of that. Yeah.
That's Preakness horse.
Owendell, really? Like
Owendell. Preakness.
Yeah, Preakness.
Preakness horse.
He's going to Preakness.
Preakness horse. With Warrior's Charge, he's going to be there too.
It was tan to start the day, then it was pink. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Halterman bought a cheap suit, and
it really wasn't that cheap.
Well, it looked cheap afterwards.
It was brown and pink.
I mean, that's what happens when you stand out in pouring down rain for like 2 hours straight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My suit has not been touched since that day either. It's probably ruined. I just haven't looked. It's darker, so it didn't turn colors.
Yeah.
Friday though, my jacket Friday is still good. So.
Really?
Slim, did you clean the shit off yours?
Oh yeah, Slim got shit on by a
Slim
bird.
will be walking around Churchill just looking for birds to shit on him, hoping that he can get the luck he got last year.
Yeah, he cashes every ticket after he gets shit on by the bird. Yeah.
And he makes sure, and we heard all about it because that horse he never lost a bet after.
Hey, my suit's pink for Oaks, right?
It's good luck. Too,
yeah, it's got pink everywhere. That'd be good. I'll work for the Oaks.
Oh man.
Slim, do you want to have some Woodfords when you get there? Yes or no?
See, there you go. He did it.
What?
He said the same thing you said.
No.
Pink for Oaks this year and changed the color.
Great minds think alike. That's why I'm DMing you. Dennis, do you want to have a Wood? You're 21 now, Dennis, right? Didn't he have a birthday a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
So
that was fun.
We'll have a Woodford as well, Dennis. With Slim and you and me and not Magic though. He has to work.
No. So did you have to get your suit tailored?
Well, sure.
Well, what's great about Slim is if it's a little tight when he gets there, he won't eat the whole time he's there. Smoke about 12 cigs, and he will lose all his weight, so he'll fit right in.
Yep.
Yes, you did. Wow. Okay.
Good.
Magic, I know, did. He said that, so I had to get mine tailored last year. I remember when I got mine tailored last year, they were like, "Yeah, this is the most we can do. Like, we can't let it out anymore." So I just sucked in.
The price. What does that mean?
I think he's like talking about getting a Woodford. Like he doesn't understand.
We'll buy the Woodford.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the price. If you can't buy a Woodford, we'll get it for you. Listen, I don't get tailored. I just wear them tight.
You buy them off the rack.
I buy them off the rack. That's right. And I wear them once, and then I go get more.
There you go buy. Yeah, you buy the shoes. You probably buy the whole thing.
No, not shoes. No. Shoes are fine. Shoes are fine. Everything else, the shirts are fine. The ties are fine. I just can get the suits. Yeah, let me get that. I'll do it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they do jack up the price, but don't worry.
We're big shots. It's fine.
Tell me you know the dudes.
Yeah.
They will not know who that is.
No, they won't.
No. What you guys got? Anything else? We're gonna get off here if not.
I'm bringing a bottle of Woodford too.
So again, make sure you check out pods next week. Make sure you check the Magic Mike show out right now. Because our boy Slim, who's commenting on here, he's got commentary on that live, talking about the pace. You'll want to check that out. The pace analysis is coming. He's got a preview on the website at racedudes.com. Then he's gonna have the full analysis for the pace, the award-winning article. He'll have that up next week. We got the wagering guide available for pre-sale right now. You got to check that out. It's right into the bet. It's $40 if you want to buy the guide, or you can just subscribe for a month of picks for $70. That's going to get you access. I mean, it's the best deal because right now you can get access to you get our Preakness guide and the Kentucky Derby guide plus the picks for all the month as well. So that's probably your best deal. But
it's a big deal.
And then we got articles left and right coming up on the website right now. Everything's based on the Derby, obviously. The podcast with John White will be available tomorrow morning, Friday morning. Or if you're a night owl like myself, it'll be up really late tonight. I'll be up posting that, so you can check that out. What else?
That's it. Did you mention the Pace article next week?
Yeah, Pace article.
Yeah.
A couple podcasts out next week. One for the Oaks, one for the Derby. Get your sleep in this week.
I will,
because it's not going to happen next week.
I will. Did you say something about a wedding? Is he getting married? You're not getting married, right?
Yeah, I'm going to the wedding though. He's saying have fun at the wedding.
Oh, I thought he's saying he's going to a wedding.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'll have fun. I guess it's not going to be fun, but
no.
I mean, it is what it is. So
right.
The John White podcast is, I think, total it's going to be close to an hour and a half to an hour and 40 minutes. So it's about par for the course.
Yep.
If you want to know how long we talked in total, it's much, much longer. That's all I can say. It was
a long time.
It was a long conversation. So
yeah.
But every single year the podcasts with him are long, and we try to keep our podcast at an hour or less every time, and anytime it goes over you kind of freak out, but no one cares when it's John. That's the one exception of the year.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Can he talk? Yeah.
Can John White talk?
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah,
he's a pretty good talker.
He's a pro talker because that's what he does.
That's right. That's right.
He knows more information. Like I don't think there's anyone in the industry that knows more information than he does.
Nope, there's not. There's not.
And he lets you get an education when you listen to the podcast, because he finds a way to talk about, like, you'll ask a question, hey, what do you think of Game Winner? And that question turns into 15-minute answer that encompasses the history,
right? 1970,
some historic moment,
mm-hmm.
and why it matters to Game Winner's question, and circles it back to this is what I think of Game Winner and why. And you learn something. We learn something every single. It's funny because you get the same stories sometimes, and then but there's always more story, like a new
mm-hmm.
story that you learn. So
yep.
So can he talk?
Yes.
So we'll send you the raw version, Slim, and you can listen to that entire one.
Ooh. All right.
Raw dog. Anything else?
That's it. I think this has been good enough.
Good enough. All right. Yeah. So go to the website, racedudes.com. We'll have everything up there.
See you from Kentucky next week.
Kentucky. See you, boys and girls. Bye.